Hello and welcome to News Now. I am Omobolanle Adeshui. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday in New York restated the commitment of the Nigerian government towards ensuring that there is a rapid and strategic transition to renewable energy in response to the worldwide effort for the preservation of the environment. Speaking at a leaders' closed-door meeting on climate change convened by the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, President Buhari stressed that his administration had, in August this year, launched a homegrown, data-backed, multi-pronged energy transition plan, which is the country's framework in achieving net zero emissions by 2060. Highlighting some of the details in the plan, the president said through the use of emerging technologies and alternative fuels such as hydrogen, bioenergy and waste-to-energy, a pathway would be created for accelerated decarbonization of energy systems and harnessing of new and diverse technologies towards low-carbon development while aligning to broader developmental aspirations in a fair and just manner. Expressing his confidence that the plan would put the nation on the path to prosperity, President Buhari said a careful implementation would create significant investment opportunities and it will engender the establishment and expansion of industries related to solar energy, hydrogen, and electric vehicles. And the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Baba, is meeting with top police officers in Abuja over security concerns. Deputy Inspectors General of Police, DIGs, Assistant Generals of Police, AIGs, Commissioners of Police from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, among other senior police officers, are attending the meeting. The one-day meeting is expected to deliberate on the 2023 general elections, assault on policemen on duty, upcoming police retreat, and conference and police games, among other critical issues. The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Abuja, Justice John Soho, has set aside a consent judgment in favor of Panic Alert Security Systems Limited against the Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF. Delivering the ruling on Wednesday, Justice Soho held that the said consent judgment was entered without jurisdiction in its entirety. The company is one of the beneficiaries of the payment of $418 million to consultants and is said to be for payment for professional services in the Paris Club refund to state government. It had relied on the consent judgment to lay claim to professional fees of over $40 million. Earlier, the court had restricted the federal government from deducting $418 million from the bank account of the 36 states. The state governors had accused the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Abubakar Malami, of alleged involvement in the controversial payment. The Governors Forum later instructed its counsel, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Paul Ogboli, to challenge the consent judgment to the AGF relied upon in court. Justice Soho agreed with counsel to the NGF that the reliefs claimed by the company were premised on a simple contract, which by Section 251 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, strips the court ab initio the required jurisdiction to entertain such matters. By the ruling, all approvals by the AGF, the President, the Minister of Finance, the Accountant General of the Federation, and the Debt Management Office, DMO, arising from, related to, or concerning panic alerts claims have been voided. The national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, Shehu Gabam, says the pattern of corruption in Nigeria has now migrated from cash corruption to property corruption. In an exclusive interview with IBrandTV in Abuja, the SDP national chairman berated the level of corruption and lack of accountability among government officials in Nigeria, who, according to him, now invest in proceeds of corruption in acquiring landed property in big edifices.
It's lack of discipline, absolutely lack of discipline, lack of accountability. And above all, the corruption in the executive is the one that is paralyzing the Nigerian economy. If you take care of corruption in the executive alone, Nigeria will be rated among the countries that are corruption-free. There is no country on earth that is zero corruption-free, because corruptions are on 3 stages. You have cash corruption, you have interest corruption, you have property corruption. So countries migrate from all these. Nigeria is migrating from cash corruption to property corruption. And that's why you see government officials own some of the largest estates in Nigeria. People that are serving in government, military officers. Some of the best edifice buildings you can find around is owned by those that are serving the country. So these are lines of indiscipline, a lack of accountability, lack of transparency. It's more sad because this current president campaigned on corruption, on accountability, on decency, on morality, on rule of law. You have a central bank governor who is a member of a political party, a central bank governor of Nigeria, that is being entrusted with the ballot boxes at their custody. That is the highest level of lawlessness any country can go through. So when you have those who are supposed to execute government policies and programs and prosecute and create deterrence are absent from duty post, what do you expect? The profiteering and racketeering of our currency, it has never happened in the history of Nigeria. This country is producing orphans that it has never produced in the history of Nigeria. This country is producing orphans, I mean, widows every day. You can't travel anywhere, hoping that you will arrive safely. Yet, we have some of the best intelligent collector systems. You have drones. We have military surveillance equipment. We have the DSS. We have the police. We have the customs at the border, immigrations at the border. You have other security apparatus that ought to have supported these major ones. But yet, even in Abuja, what happened recently called for serious, reviewing of the situation constantly. The welfare of the security officers is very low. The morale is very low. How do you expect them to fight crime? They have children. They can't pay school fees of their children comfortably. They cannot pay their hospital bills comfortably. They cannot feed their children comfortably. Yet they are serving the country. They are wearing the uniform of patriotism as security officers of Nigeria. The entire architecture needs to be checked, needs to be redesigned. And you need someone with the capacity to do that. You need someone that takes bold decisions. You can't fix Nigeria if you don't have the courage to take tough decisions. If you combine sentiment and emotions in taking tough decisions, you will crash. You have to leave one and take a tougher one. You have to bite to the bone to show that there's law and order. We are not a banana republic. These are issues that are absent in this government.
And now to other stories, the federal government has declared that nobody won or lost in the ruling of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, NICN, ordering members of the striking Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, to return to work. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, made the declaration on Wednesday while receiving members of the Nigerian Association of Medical and Dental Academics at his office in Abuja. Ngige also gave an assurance that the court ruling does not preclude further negotiation between the federal government and ASUU. Ngige welcomed the intervention of the House of Representatives in the crisis, saying he was happy that Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila said the lawmakers would meet with the president. He said the intervention was timely, considering the president must have also consulted some stakeholders. And the Nigerian military says troops of Operation Hadinkai neutralized at least 36 Boko Haram terrorists and rescued about 130 persons within the last 2 weeks. According to the military, the troops also within the period under review arrested 2 persons who are suspected to be major collaborators with the terrorists. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Musa Damdame, disclosed this on Thursday during the bi-weekly media briefing at the defense headquarters in Abuja. General Damandami said the troops have arrested the collaborators while they were attempting to withdraw the sum of 14 million naira deposited by a terrorist financier who goes by the name Alhaji Abubakar. The military spokesman further disclosed that the two suspects, who are in their 20s, were arrested following days of investigation by Joint Military Task Force. He, however, stressed that the details of the financier are still sketchy.